A new witness just came forward in the Nolan well case. At the same time, TikTok users think they've found something investigators never confirmed. Both of those stories are about to collide. You need to know two things before we go any further. First, a 17-year-old boy went missing on a holiday weekend and nobody has been arrested. Second, this week, someone finally broke their silence. Stay with us, because both of those threads are about to collide. His name was Nolan Wales, 17 years old, somebody's son, somebody's brother. On the 4th of July weekend, he was on Horn Island off the coast of Mississippi with a group of friends. Then he wasn't. You already know how these stories usually go. A search begins. Families wait. The internet starts asking questions faster than investigators answer them. This one is no different, except for what happened this week. Weeks passed. No suspect named, no press conference, no real update from the state of Mississippi. Just silence, while a family waited for answers about their son. And then, out of nowhere, someone came forward. Not a family member, not an official, a stranger, claiming he saw something that night. Something that could change everything you think you know about what happened on that island. We're going to walk you through exactly what he says he saw, what investigators already knew, and why a group of TikTok creators think they've found something the official investigation hasn't. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this case just became impossible to ignore. But first, you need to understand what actually happened on Horn Island, and why the silence since then has felt so loud. The island went quiet. Then, weeks later, someone broke that silence. Here's what we promised you: a new witness and a timeline that doesn't add up. Let's start with the witness. This week, a man came forward. He says he was on Horn Island on July 4th. He says he saw a fight break out, and he says Nolan was part of it. Think about what that means. If true, it places Nolan at the center of a physical altercation hours before he vanished. That's not a small detail. That's the missing piece investigators have never confirmed publicly. But the tipster didn't stop there. He says that right after the fight, Nolan's friends were already gone. Already leaving the island. Already headed back to the mainland, without Nolan. You have to ask yourself, why would a group leave without him if nothing was wrong? Here's where it gets harder to sit with. The tipster says he's already spoken to investigators, more than once. Which means the people investigating this case may have known about a fight, a group that left early, and a missing teenager, for weeks. And still, no arrest, no suspect named, no public explanation for the gap between what investigators reportedly knew and what they've told the public. That's promise one, delivered. A witness exists, and he's already talked to the people running this case. But this raises a much bigger question than just what happened on the island. It raises the question of what everyone else already knew and stayed quiet about. Because the tipster isn't the only person who's been asking uncomfortable questions about Horn Island. Someone else was too, and her videos didn't survive the conversation. One witness had come forward, but online, a very different kind of investigation was already underway. Before the tipster ever spoke up, a TikTok creator was already digging. Online, she goes by Pink Panda. And for weeks, she was one of the loudest voices asking what really happened to Nolan Wales. She posted timeline breakdowns. She posted questions nobody official was answering. She built an audience of people who wanted the same thing you probably want right now: the truth. Then her videos disappeared. 10 of them, gone from the platform without a clear public explanation. Maybe that's a simple policy violation. Maybe it's something closer to the nerve than anyone expected. We're not going to tell you which one it is, but we are going to show you what happened next, because this is where things get genuinely strange. When her videos came down, other users didn't stop. If anything, they got more determined. And piece by piece, without any official confirmation, online sleuths built out a public timeline using nothing but open-source digging. Location tags from social media posts near Horn Island that weekend. Public friend connections between people who were reportedly on the island. Timestamps pulled from public posts and public activity logs. boat listings and marina photos that matched descriptions circulating online, screenshots and reposts that kept the case alive even as official updates stopped. That's 5 separate threads pieced together by strangers on the internet, with zero help from investigators. Here's Promise 2, delivered. None of this is confirmed. Not by police, not by prosecutors, not by anyone with actual authority over this case. It's theory. It's pattern matching. It's the internet doing what the internet does when official silence goes on too long. But theories spread for a reason. And the reason this one is spreading is simple. Nobody in power has given the public anything solid to hold on to instead. So we have to ask, if the online sleuths are wrong, why hasn't anyone stepped up to prove it? Do you think platforms should be allowed to remove case coverage like this? Tell us what you think below. For every theory the internet built, there was one thing still missing: confirmation. Let's talk about the silence itself, because at this point, the silence is its own story. It has been months since Mississippi authorities gave any real public update on this case. No press conference, no named suspect, no timeline released to the public. Meanwhile, a reward has reportedly been put on the table. 6 figures, according to reports circulating online, for information leading to answers in Nolan's case. Think about what that changes. A reward like that doesn't just sit quietly. It pulls people out of the shadows. It's very possibly the reason this new tipster came forward at all. Here's the most unsettling part. Somewhere between what the tipster claims, what online sleuths have pieced together, and what investigators have actually confirmed, there's a massive gap. And right now, nobody official is closing it. We want to be completely clear with you. Nothing in this video is a confirmed accusation against any named individual. No one has been charged. No suspect has been officially identified. What we're showing you is a case where public theories are outrunning public answers, and that gap should concern you as much as it concerns us. Because when investigators go quiet this long, one of 2 things is usually true. Either the case is genuinely more complicated than it looks, or somebody is waiting for the public to stop paying attention. Who do you think is being protected here? Or is this just a slow-moving system? Drop your theory below. Whatever the answer is, one thing hasn't changed since day one. Whatever the truth is, one fact hasn't changed since day one. A 17-year-old boy is still gone, and his family is still waiting for someone to tell them why. Somewhere between a new tipster, a wave of deleted TikToks, and months of official silence, this case has become bigger than any one theory can explain. A witness is now on record. An online community refuses to let this go quiet, and investigators still haven't told the public what they actually know. That gap is where this story stands tonight. Not solved, not closed, not forgotten. If you want us to stay on this case and bring you the next update the moment it breaks, follow this channel and turn on notifications. We're not walking away from this either. Nolan Wales deserves answers. His family deserves answers. And right now, all we have are more questions than anyone in power seems willing to address. What do you think really happened on Horn Island that night? Tell us in the comments. We read every single one. We'll be back the moment this case moves. Until then, stay close.